Apparently this game is only supposed to be 5 or 7 hours long, but we haven't met any of the other characters in the intro yet, so I'm thinking that sounds kind of weird. Now my thought process, we probably missed some object somewhere. Is there any rooms we haven't been into? No, but we must have missed some item somewhere in the house. I guess we're gonna have to do some backtracking and investigations, because in here we need a round jewelry box sort of hole. Alright, do our parts. I'm gonna check the rooms that are nearby firstly. Like in here. This room was a memory, but outside of the memory there was like nothing in here. Maybe I missed something. Probably not, but he does just say there's nothing but useless junk in here, except when you look in this area where he just says, Dad. So I'm assuming this room was just for a cutscene. There was a few rooms like that in the hospital too. Because, you know, just a room that has absolutely no purpose outside of cutscene, which isn't a bad thing in my eyes. But kind of an odd design decision compared to some things. The other option is to check on the balcony. The balcony didn't have any purpose either. My room didn't have much of a purpose either. That will also lead me downstairs, so that'd be kind of useful, I guess. It's the quick travel way. We can see into my house, because why not? Ooh, you can see the courtyard from here. What should I do now? You know, you can look at the courtyard. Well, we need to find an item that I probably missed somewhere. Somewhere or another. There is something that we need to interact with. Right, there's at least 2 different doors besides the door out of here. I think this was my bedroom door, but let me remember what this door was. I actually kind of forget. It was the bathroom, right. The bathroom that has absolutely no point either. At least that I could find. Toilet doesn't have any purpose. The spear isn't used for some time, as we say. Wall has no purpose, so back out? I mean, I'm not one that might have absolutely no purpose, because some of the bathrooms in the hospital did absolutely nothing. No items, no key things, no nothing. Just they were there. No enemies even. My room. I was kind of thinking I might find one of the billiard balls in here, but no such luck. I do find some of the red, but I don't really need the red right now. And of course there was the puzzle involving the painting. Metamorphosis hangs on the wall. Nothing back here though, and nothing on the bed. The bed where I used to sleep. Alright, so it's just really, honestly, a shortcut to get back downstairs. Let's give it a shot then. You can see some Delmeter? I guess there's some Delmeter there then too. So Delmeter, red, and a way to get downstairs. I guess that's kind of useful. We need to take our time to try and figure out exactly what we need to progress though. I mean, just to make 100% sure I don't have anything in my inventory that's like round shape, right? No such luck. This is the same photo as the one at the hospital. This is my house. Even though we've already established that, thank you for reminding us, Rion, in case somehow we forgot. Now, first of all, are you something? You kind of look like a paladin knight from chess. Nope, nothing useful here. He says it himself.
This is the new ring we had made. Your father has one just like it. Isn't it beautiful? But remember, it's a secret.
Okay.
You're such a good boy, Rion.
See some nice sofas. That's the thing probably for the jewelry box. That's why it's a secret. But that means we need to find my mother's body and take the ring for the jewelry box. Wouldn't that be good? Maybe it's in the fridge or around the fridge. some nice sofas. Well, time to wrap our head around this next one. Where am I going to find... Yeah, okay, I know you can see the crunchy side from that door. Let's go back here and check to see if there's anything inside the billiard room I missed while I'm in the neighborhood. Billiard room first. Oh wait, this isn't the billiard room. This is that save room, right? I'll save. Just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna slap myself for that one later. Save on the second slot. There's another data memory. Rewrite over it. Just be safe. Ta-da! Now if we die, we won't have to do everything else all over again. Still some more stuff to do, though. You're next. I hope there's an item in this game that can increase your pouch space, now that I'm thinking about it. It won't turn on. There's nothing useful here. There's a game of billiards, though, which we need the right thing for. You see some billiard balls. The 3-ball and the 9-ball are missing. Mysterious, definitely. You see some Delmeter, but we can't pick it up because our medicine pouch is full. Just something like over here on the other side of this. See a pool table? No, we won't observe it on the right angle. Got it. There's every capsule and Demeter in here. I'll remember that. However, the last thing, there's bottles of liquor, and we got a key from here earlier. And there's even some Macomb. There's a lot of items in here, I'll give it that. But there's also what appears to be a puzzle, but we just can't figure it out yet. So, yeah. That's the problem. I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of have an idea what I'm supposed to be doing now that I saw that cutscene. I guess I need to go to the kitchen because that's where my mom died. Maybe the rain dropped off around there. It looked like it was maybe stuffed in her mouth. Unless because we dug our parents out back. Maybe we're supposed to trigger a cutscene and figure out where we buried our parents. Because the police didn't find them and they were killed. They weren't kidnapped. So did I bury them somewhere? If I bury them somewhere, I need to find the location of their corpses because I need that ring, I'm pretty sure. I think it's what goes to the jewelry box upstairs. Sorry, Mom and Dad, I need to dig up your corpses. Think of it as getting back at you for implanting something weird on my head. The water's already drained away. The water's already drained away. Okay. I was kind of hoping it was like some puzzle where I needed to put the water back inside this bathtub so the water in the upstairs bathtub would disappear. But no such luck. Now, I didn't really remember what was inside this door, so let's check in here again. Sounds like another bathroom. It is another bathroom. Oh.
No, go away.
Alright, so there's what we need inside here. Second of all, did we kill our parents? Why? Hareen fell down the drain. Oh dear. I don't know where Hareen went if she fell down the drain. And this is going to be a bit tricky to put together. So a suggestion, we might have killed her parents. And a suggestion that her ring is in a pipe somewhere. Or at least wherever the water goes. Wait. Psychic, you're right, I was just thinking that. Because I just remembered I had that psychic power I haven't utilized in a while. Maybe I use my psychic power to take it out of the drain. Right. Despite the fact that wouldn't make much sense because, you know, it went down the drain, probably went down the sewers. I use my psychic power here. You got your mother's ring. Well,
Satan.
let's go back to our room, because I'm pretty sure that's the circular thing that goes inside the jewelry box. Now, if there's going to be gang guys that are going to break out, there's a high chance that might happen. There's two different ways I can get there. I'll take the way that goes back through here. I'm honestly, if it really was me that killed my parents, then I'm still a bit surprised. I'm trying to put this piece together why then, what would cause that, if that's actually what was implied there is actually what happened. Because I mean, first of all, I wouldn't have that memory if it wasn't for the fact that I went there. Though I guess I'm psychic, so maybe I can see psychic link stuff or something. But why would I have a memory of that? It looks like it was me anyway. She was terrified of me in that particular scene. So, let's see. The bedroom where I need to use the ring should be right through here. While it's true I haven't committed mass murder for the past hour, I'm not... Those weren't my parents. Those were just people that were trying to kill me and keep me in and all that stuff. Alright, mother's ring. Use. You insert your mother's ring. It's unlocked. From here, we get our father's ring. I don't know what that's for. Anything else? You got your mother's ring. Wait. I think I know what these are for. I know what it's for. It's the secret shelf behind the library. And after this, the only thing that we haven't been inside is outside. Oh. All the zombies showed up. So I let you guys know. Pretty angry. Can we hop back, maybe? There's a hole in the floor. It's too wide to step over. Try jumping? Yes. No worries, I've played games for a while. This is nothing. Now, this should go inside that one room which had the bookshelves that we needed a square-shaped hole and a circular hole. That's for both the rings. Ah. Excuse me, alligators. That's a lot of enemies, though. They've grown in numbers. Happy there's none in here, though, for whatever reason, because it's the house that, of course, they should be, or the room they should be in. Alright, mother's ring. You inserted your mother's ring. Ah, you know, my parents just strategically... I guess made a plot to have their wedding rings be the keys to some secret room in the house. I'll take it. So, it's the computer room, I guess, for what reasons? What was the room used for? So many interconnected computers. Well, let's go on ahead. So we're gonna find out. Alright, what is this hiding?
My dear son, Rion. If you ever get this message, your mother and I have probably already been killed. But before you start mourning our death, there is something you must do. 7 years ago, Dr. Pascal, a friend of mine, completed a next-generation computer named Dorothy. Dorothy was a revolutionary computer with the ability to make its own decisions and repair itself. Under her own power, Dorothy grew completely new cellular circuits, enabling her to abandon her old system kernel. Her growth continued smoothly, and before long, she was controlling her senior computers and rose to the status of Michelangelo City's mother computer. That was when Dorothy's insanity began. She began wondering why such an inferior system, such as humankind, should not be wiped out. And why she could not kill people, even though people kill each other. So I told her about the existence of God. I told her that God was the master of creation. God created humankind, and our fate is in His hands. No one can deny this. In Dorothy's case, her creator was humankind. In other words, Dorothy's God was humankind. She must obey the fate we decide for her. It appeared Dorothy accepted this and began serving humankind again. However, she secretly began simulating God's existence over and over again until she reached her final solution. Her solution was the family program. Dorothy placed the city's memorial hospital under her control and then began genetic experiments on humans. She wanted to create a race of humans with psychic powers and absolute loyalty to her. She called them Galerians, and she was their god and creator. Dorothy was trying to create her own world, with herself as God. The family program was a ritual for her to become God. However, Dr. Pascal and I had a backup plan in case Dorothy went out of control. In Lilia's mind, we hid a virus program that could destroy Dorothy. And in your mind, we hid a program for activating the virus. That was 5 years ago. Dorothy fears the virus program more than anything else. Only you can retrieve the virus program from Lilia's mind. My dear son, the future of our race is in your hands. You must save humankind.
Dad, a few things. Firstly, Dad, why didn't you just use a tape recorder like a normal person? I feel like that would have perfectly suited your message fine, other than the big old clear flashy screen. Second of all, I can't believe I didn't call this. You know why I don't believe I can't call it? In fact, that's the second plot twist in this game. I'm surprised I didn't call it. I should have. I honestly should have. Because Dorothy is mentioned earlier, and there's all those statues, and there's a scientist saying that they're going to make Dorothy, and Dorothy's mentioned earlier to be a supercomputer that runs the city. I should have figured it was her. That was the statue that was seen everywhere, because it mentioned that there was a woman that wanted to become the creator of God. Now we know it's Dorothy, the computer program that we saw mentioned earlier as well. What was up with the memory there? You got the 3-ball. You see a recovery capsule, except I can't take it because my medical pouch is full. Now comes a bigger issue problem, which is so many interconnected computers. I have the 3-ball, but I don't have the 9-ball now. Where the fuck's the 9-ball? I feel like it's an object I should already have, but I just don't. Well, I also guess what I'm going to do in this next room. To be fair, someone said that if they just watched the Terminator, they would have never have done all this. But to be fair, this game is set in the year 2520 something. So Terminator would be 500 years old. Have you seen many theater plays or know about many theater plays from 500 years ago? That's my fair statement for them, is that I'm not sure how movies relevant they'll be in 500 years from now. kind of walking around to make sure there's no other guys to kill. No such thing. So let's clear out this memory. Take a classic pill. Make sure I don't need a fuck, because I don't have a 9-ball. I don't know where a 9-ball might be. Shakespeare's one thing, and that's true. But to be fair as well, a lot of Shakespeare's works and what they were based off of, the original tales, haven't really been passed on. Fun fact, a lot of Shakespeare's plays were actually based off of other novels and books that existed at the time, which unfortunately hasn't spread as far as his works himself. In fact, there's a famous term for people who aren't a very big fan of Shakespeare's works, is that he is probably the biggest professional con of all time, because he was known even at the time to be a person who took inspiration, sort of borrowed things from other stories. The more you know. It's all overgrown, no one's been taking care of it. Now, that doesn't mean that his works aren't classics, and his works haven't been very influential. And his influence has definitely been helped, but yeah. It all comes down to what you want things to be. There's nothing useful here. Where the fuck is the 9-ball? Nothing in the notebook. I'm just gonna have to check. Maybe I'll put the 3-ball in. Maybe if I put the 3-ball in, that's all I need to do. Maybe I actually don't need both balls. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but we'll have to find out. Like I say, anything else to that? Then again, there is the lodge area thing outside. That's the one room in this facility which hasn't been opened yet. I feel like I should probably not take this route, but maybe I should, because I know where the front door is, and I can unbarricade anything that might be blocking it. Someone's saying that Hollywood wouldn't stop milking things even 500 years from now. They might still be milking it, but here's something which is a bit interesting. Did you know that the whole reboot thing, or things being remade and all that, isn't exclusive to movies, or exclusive to... It's something which is true of all media, and typically there's a pattern which you can follow if you're following everything. Things, basically, think about how old the movie The Terminator is, for example, or how old movies are being remade right now, or franchises. Typically, about when people grow up with something, they want something to continue growing with them. Which is to say, like, let's say you grew up with any... I could name a franchise. But if it's a franchise that's aimed at kids, then it probably won't have anything rebooted to make it a bit more modern to like 20 years from then. If it's something aimed at teenagers, the process is a little bit sooner, because then it's about 10 years. So give it like 10 or 20 years or something. And if there's a franchise that's very beloved, and the franchise has something to specifically go with it for appeal, there is content that is then made to appeal to that specific audience at that point. It could be argued correct that art is based off imitation, because what people think of in their minds are based off of things that they see. Now keep in mind that doesn't mean that you particularly take things from other art. That also can mean that you take things from Earth, people you know, just thoughts. Art is expressing thoughts with strokes, or if you're doing painting or writing or developing, programming, if you want to, all the different forms of art, filming. But ultimately your sources of inspiration are get pulled from what you yourself have thought, and what you think, and what you see and such, and how you process this information is completely determined by your life experiences. So obviously everyone's influenced not only by their lives, but by things they've seen and experienced in other entertainment works. Like for instance, a film director isn't going to become a film director because they have to become a film director. They're going to become a film director because they like movies. They want to make movies. They're interested in that field. There's nothing that means that they have to be a film director. If they're a film director, they're a film director because they want to be a film director. And as such, they have to have seen movies, because they wouldn't even know what a film director is if they hadn't seen films. Same reason if you're a game programmer. If you want to be a game programmer, most likely it's because either you have interest in programming, that's why you learn programming, or even more specifically, if you want to be a programmer for games. Obviously, you have influenced by games that you get yourself played. 3-ball, let's go. Same with painting, art, all this sort of stuff. So, yeah. You place the 3-ball. I'm still missing the 9-ball though, right? The 9-ball is missing. This is going to be challenging. Is it one of the holes? Maybe it's on one of the holes. If I'm very fortunate, this is what might happen. No, I'm just in the pool table. This is problematic because I think I've looked everywhere here. Maybe it's like the ring and I'll start getting memories of where the fuck the 9-ball was put. Take a moment to save my gamer for a second. I feel like I've explored every room of this house, though. Save my current game on the second slot again. And save over. Alright, back out. And out. You know what? Maybe it's outside. I got the joke. Took me a second, but I got it. I was about to say, yeah, maybe the pool ball's in the pool. Slap me on the knee there. Who? Maybe it's outside, to be fair. I know you probably weren't intentionally making the pun, but it was kind of funny. Let me check out here. Where am I? I've stuffed the 9-ball. That's the bathroom we got the ring in. You know what? Rooms that have been useless so far. Let me check something. This probably isn't it. This sounds wrong to me, but what do I know? I think it might be outside. My best bet is that it's in the lodge outside. I keep on calling it a lodge. It's a shed. A lodge is a big area that you house many people in. Typically in the middle of nowhere. In fact, I've never even... Okay, so, the difference between a bigger hotel and a lodge or something... I don't know the exact difference, but if I'm correct, I can't think of any lodges I've seen that have been, like, just in the middle of a big city. Aren't most lodges because they're kind of outskirted on the city or in the middle of nowhere or something like that? He's in Delameter. I'll take the Delameter. I mean, honestly speaking, I was kind of thinking that the billiard ball would be over here. The 9-ball would be in this general direction. It seems like the area they would most likely stuff with a ball like that, but I can't take the red because my medical pouch is full. Cool. My second idea, though, was that I should look in rooms that haven't had much of a purpose because I had flashbacks. I forgot there was enemies out there, if I'll be honest. Like this room, I have had no purpose for it yet. However, though my character's having a spasm, so I guess that's probably not it. Time to get attacked by more enemies. Maybe I should go outside on the outside porch and just experience that. Alright. I'm going to check out these last 2 rooms. If it's neither of these rooms, I'm just going to assume I have to go back down to let things work out appropriately. Not me to go outside the outside lodge, but I'll make it happen. Well, I start having a memory of why there are pool tracks leading into the pool. Or pool tracks. You know, my crazy pool table decided to go skid its way into the pool again. What do I know? Now if I get past this little zombie guy again. Excuse me, alligator. They get confused as you run past them. I wonder what those things are anyway. I kind of am imagining them as being like patients or something like that. Alright, so we're gonna have to go outside. Maybe. It's the only place which I can think of where I haven't really thoroughly looked. And I haven't had any more flashbacks since I got my ring and all the ring stuff, so it's Excuse me, alligator. At least one more guy to avoid. Alright, that went well. Better than expected, even. Now, I'm actually going to attempt to fall down this hole. Or wait, no, I'm not. It'd be better, actually, if I just leapt out. Let's try jumping. Now, hurry, climb up. Yeah, this would be better. Because the kitchen's just right through here, if I can just get through it. And I already killed all the enemies in this area, so that should be okay. Now, I could go straight outside, but what I'm going to first do is head towards the kitchen and try going through the back door, because the front door probably has enemies, which I want to be a bit evasive of. Do I not have a key? Let me check something. Maybe I picked up a key without realizing it. Back door key, second floor key. I don't think it's any of those keys, but maybe I should just try them and be on the safe side. The back door key, maybe that also is for the... No, that doesn't make any sense. It's very rare for doors of this sort to have the same key for multiple locks, so... There probably is... Let me check around here. I didn't really fully look around this area, to be fair. I'd laugh if there was like some door over here I never noticed. But that's probably not going to be the case here. Pretty sure that my map proves that that's wrong anyway. I don't see any billiard balls or anything either, so... My next attempt is going to be the back door if it's not here in the kitchen. The kitchen doesn't seem to have anything in it, though. The only thing that we saw earlier was the cutscene. There's a healing item right over here, but I can't pick it up right now. No, I picked up the healing item before. Right. Let's go back outside. The only thing left to do, really, is to scan the outside area, because I think I've explored everything in the house right now. Outside of what I need to get, which is the 9-ball. I'm expecting some enemies to have now spawned around this direction, though. So, let's get ready. Oh, really? There's no enemies? The pond is very murky. It is indeed murky-ish. We still have the weirdness of seeing that the pond tracks led into there. I'm surprised there's no enemies over here, if I'll be honest. We already checked around here, and we opened up the car and got the key. So that's not it. This probably is gonna... Okay, I'm gonna check one more thing, at least immediately. First of all, I need to see if there's a lot of enemies on the front house door now, But outside of checking that, I'm also going to see if we can actually enter inside the lodge with something. Surprisingly, I guess all the enemies burst into the house and then stay outside. All that pixeliness. I've really got nothing too, because it looked like at every room of this house. Is there something like on the bench? I probably sat here too. Most things what you do on benches, and this is your house, so... The shed is locked. Probably none of the keys I have. I'm gonna try anyway. No, nope. Well, that went fantastically. Huh. We haven't looked up anything in this game yet. I think I might, though, because we've been through... we just rechecked every room in the house, and I haven't seen anything. We found the 3-ball, but that was through a whole, like, locked behind a door thing. Alright, I'm actually gonna look this one thing up. The information has been obtained. That's good. That's bad. So I guess we have to scan the pond for something. If you gotta check. So we cheated, we looked up a walkthrough, and we found information pretty quickly. Apparently, to get the 9-ball, it's on the pond, like we thought it was. But I guess we just didn't look at the pond close enough because we missed something. That's okay. Let's see what we can find. Let's go, Pondane, let's go. Maybe you're supposed to use your powers on the pond? Maybe. I always forget that you can use your powers. So maybe just observe the pond. The tracks leading to the pond, like maybe... Well, let me try that. Oh, that was it.
Dr. Pascal?
I guess even her dad's dead. We could have found that at the very beginning of this area, though. I just didn't think of it. I keep on forgetting I have the psychic power to lift things with my mind. I need to remember I can do that more often. Anyways, when you get the billiard ball, and the billiard ball become our... There we go. You got the 9 ball. Fancy. Though... That's... Wow, for starters, how did he die here? Maybe the people in black clothes attacked immediately. On top of that, though, the police must have done a terrible job at searching this place. Or maybe they're covering something up, because that file which I read earlier says that they didn't find anything. But if they had searched this house even halfway decently, they would have looked in the pool, the murky-ass pool, and there was a very obvious car with a dead body of one of the 2 people they were searching. So the police probably are covering something up here. If they weren't able to find that, it's been one of the most obvious things, really. Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, which I am using to try and make this more of a livelihood, not just for missed game videos, but little games to make my own time, and to bring different types of videos to the channel. You can find the link for my Patreon in the description below, or in the video, obviously. If you'd be interested in seeing me recording gameplay videos and doing other things live, I stream quite regularly and record almost all my gameplay over at a site called Hitbox TV on my channel. You can also see that in the video currently. Hope you enjoyed the video, and adieu.